Hey everybody, it's me, Misbehaving. I got friends with me here today. My friend Josh,
Hi.
my friend Gigi,
Hi.
and Shell. You can't see her. You met her before. We all met through karaoke, and we've all gone through some shit, and back again. Changes, which is what my podcast is about, or whatever the fuck you call this thing now. It's about living life on life's terms and how we deal with it. And part of how we dealt with it was through karaoke, becoming Gigi, becoming Tetrix, and then back to Josh, and becoming Misbehaving. So I'm gonna sing a song. And then they will too eventually. But it's my show, so.
She gonna do what she fucking wants to
When have you known me
How
not to?
about because fuck you?
Because I can.
Right?
That was my tagline over at when I first started doing stand-up.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I can. So anyway, I'm gonna do Stand By Me.
Take the fucking floor.
There you go. And this is my favorite
I
version.
might just pipe in a couple of parts.
That'll be fine by me. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. But won't you stand by me? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. But these guys, when I first met them, they did a lot of standing by me. I met them right after my husband went to prison, and I was in a 12-step program, and you would think a bunch of recovering drug addicts and alcoholics that profess to love each other and be there for each other would have been there for me. That wasn't the case. The case turned out to be all these drunk motherfuckers out there in the bar doing karaoke. No, they ain't drunk motherfuckers. They do drink.
Not no more.
They do drink.
I used
But
to drink a lot.
But that they not like me. They can do that. But they were there for me. They held my hand. They help me move. When I get down, they come to my house. They get my ass and they take me to karaoke or take me to their house to play games.
Rides to work.
And rides to work and shit.
Yeah.
But I met this young lady just a moment before I met this young man at Ed's Pub.
Ed's Pub.
And that
I
was...
miss Ed's Pub.
I do too. God, I miss Ed Pub. That was about, what, 6 years ago?
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Yeah, it's
about
like 7.
Closer to 7, yeah.
Yep.
And then I met him about 30 minutes later over at the Fox and the Hound, which is probably about 7 years too. Yeah.
Yeah, about 7 years ago.
I decided to enter a competition and he was the judge, one of the judges. And she was one of the singers that every time she got up to sing, I'd say, "Oh God, please don't let me have to follow her." Because I don't sing like her.
You were also in that competition with Tanya?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep. So anyway.
So that was fun. Judging my girlfriend and 2 of my friends.
Gigi, when I first met her, was Tammy.
Yep.
And she decided that she was going to follow a dream.
Yeah. Dream that I'd had since I was little. I used to do a lot of musical theater, as most people who have heard me do karaoke know, because that's what I sing all the time. But I saw the movie Gypsy and thought, that burlesque thing looks pretty interesting. I really would like to do that. And that was many, many years ago, and about the age of almost 50, I actually got the opportunity to finally do it.
Mhm.
I was taking belly dance classes in the studio where burlesque troupe called Burlesque Noir was rehearsing, and it turns out they were recruiting at the time, and so I went for it. And so I got a chance to do what I've always kind of wanted to do, and had some really amazing acts and a really good time, met some wonderful, wonderful people. And
I got to help her do a couple of shows. I got to be her kitten.
my kitten, my stage kitten, yes, which is the person that goes around and picks up all the clothes off the stage after the.
That was me.
And many times you've helped me put body glitter
Yes.
and all kinds of stuff,
Yes.
costuming, and yes.
It pays to be friends with a burlesque. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just embarrassed myself for a second.
Nice.
Just for a
Good job,
second.
Sandra. Good job.
Yeah, so.
Oh, shit. It's my son. We're gonna have to put this on hold. My baby's calling. Did anybody see what I did with my red?
Was it the pink one that was here?
The red one or pink
You
one?
took it, you were standing up
Oh,
It's
there.
up there.
yeah, it's
Okay,
up there by the
good.
TV.
I don't have much room in here, as you can tell. Studio my ass. Yeah. So anyway, you were talking about your experiences as a burlesque.
And how she used to help you with
And,
glitter.
Yeah.
and the benefits of being a burlesque dancer.
Did you ever see my puppet act?
I was a part of your puppet act.
You were one of the puppets.
Yes, I was during one of them.
Oh, during the
I was
not
One-Eyed
on
Willie.
the not during the original one.
I came in
But
when
yes.
you did your
Yes, you did. That's
Yes.
correct. You did.
I was One-Eyed Willie in one of them, and I helped you with another one too. It seems like.
And I started burlesque about the same time I started doing karaoke.
Yeah.
So
You've
yeah.
only been doing karaoke a short time.
In the scope of things, yes. I mean, I've been singing all my life because
Mhm.
I've done theater, musical theater since I was a small child. But as far as karaoke goes, I think I did it one time before that at it's up there by Dirty Bourbon, the one that was to the west of Dirty Bourbon. I can't remember what it was called at the
Hooligans?
time. It wasn't Hooligans. It was like Devils and Demons, or I don't remember.
Oh my god, it's when they turned hooligans into that like biker bar kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I went, so the first song I ever sang at karaoke was Styx, Too Much Time on My Hands. And it was funny because a long time ago, I was actually a travel agent when I was in my early 20s. And so I would travel a lot. We'd go on cruises and stuff, and then always have karaoke. And my mother, who was a singer, I mean, professionally trained operatic, jazz, whatever singer, would never go with me at karaoke. I'm like, Mom, come on, let's go. It's karaoke, I want to try it. Never would. So finally, when I first tried it, was at that place.
Wow.
And then the second place I ever sang was Ed's Pub. And the song I first sang there was Pat Benatar, Heartbreaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember.
So yeah.
Dang, I didn't know you were that new to karaoke.
Yeah.
I've
I've been
doing
around in a
I've
while.
been doing karaoke 13 years, so.
Yeah, I've been doing it 16
Yeah, I've only
since I
been
was
See,
18.
I didn't even know that karaoke existed until I sobered up 13 years ago.
like
16 years ago when I was 18, I started doing karaoke.
Yeah.
My first song was All My Life by Casey and JoJo. I was 18 years old at Bennigan's.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh! Wow,
Yeah.
that was
And
wonderful.
I went there for years. I had my 21st birthday party there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Midnight, I turned 21. They took the coke out of my hand and they put a liquid cocaine and replaced it. And they cut me off 45 minutes later.
How did getting up. I know how karaoke affected me. It helped boost my self-esteem. I know how getting up on the stage and doing the plays affect me. It boosts my self-esteem. Did burlesque do?
Absolutely. Burlesque is really great because it's everyone in the community is, well, I can't say everyone, but for the most part, people are supportive. You know, there's always some
Diva.
people, yeah, or whatever. But I mean, there's always
a critic.
one or two out there. You know what I mean? But for the most part, everybody's very supportive, and so it's really nice to have that kind of community. You know, supporting you like that and cheering you on, and it does make you feel better about yourself. It was good physically. Yeah, at first, it kind of helped a lot of like my physical pain from the fibromyalgia. But then as I started to do more and more challenging routines, it became too much for me to handle.
Yeah.
You know, my body was just like, okay, stretching was good, getting out there moving was good, but you want to stretch it a little farther, you want to move a little more, not going to happen. I at least can say I've done it.
Yes.
I loved it. I enjoyed it. I made some really great friends.
And what you take away a lot from that. For one thing, you were close to 50.
Yes. And that was one thing there was only one other lady in the troop who was about that same age. And so, you know, I was keeping up with these girls who were in their 20s, 30s, you know. So at that time, I was really proud of myself I didn't continue it, but I kept up with them to that point, and I fit in, and I performed some group numbers, and
And
You should
it's
always
good.
be proud of that.
yeah.
and that's
I'm very
like,
proud.
okay, now the first year is when everybody met for the red hot tamales.
Beefy delicious.
She is regaling us with some of the names she thought of before she became Miss Gigi Demure.
Oh
Could
my
you
gosh,
please-
some of them are not good. Anita Tata's indica flower. I like that one. Actually,
I like that.
I'm not sure why I didn't go with that one. Victoria Voluptuous.
I love that.
That's a good one. Delilah Daring.
During
QT pie, like pie, the symbol pie.
Yeah,
Or QD pie.
okay.
Those ones were bad.
You have to remember we were high when we were trying to figure out.
Yeah, when we were picking these names, I took suggestions from everybody. Farka Malicious, that's one of
Farka.
Farka Malicious. Fifi Delicious.
We
I think
were high.
I think I like that I went with Gigi Demure. The only other one I might have really taken was Indica Flower.
I like that.
That would have been a
That
good
would've
one,
been
yeah.
a good one. And that's what I was going to say was the karaoke. When I first met her, all she did was show tunes, and you know, and she's been jamming with Rush and with Styx and with Pat
Led
Benatar.
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
I was just talking about that last
Yeah.
night
Yes,
too.
but
Rush
that
is
was what
hard.
I grew up listening to, all this
Right.
music. So, kind of going back to my rock and roll roots and karaoke.
And I wanted her
I
to
like
do
it.
that
Yeah.
since I met her. I've
Right.
even talked to her about it a couple of times. So,
Yeah.
but that being said, we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about
Great.
this.
Talk about
That
the crazy one.
like I said, I was in a competition when I met him.
That I was judging.
Yeah, that he was judging at the Fox and the Hound. But the three of us were in the first state fair karaoke competition.
Yes, we were.
That's where I got dubbed Misbehaving. That first competition is
Yeah.
where I got dubbed
And
Misbehaving.
Yep.
That was when I really got to start knowing Gigi.
And, shit. Oh, I know what I was saying. All I really wanted to do for that first year was just to get up on the big stage. I didn't care how far I qualified.
Lost
Yeah.
or whatever.
I just wanted to get up on that big stage and perform before more than 15 people. You know?
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
perform in front of 500 people.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought I was going to show my coochie, but I didn't because I did the.
Oh my god, I remember that.
I was wearing a short skirt and I did
And your
that.
fucking leg all up like this.
I got my leg up in the air and I'm playing leg guitar, But I got my coochie pointing away from the audience. I am not
Oh my
stupid.
God,
There
that
were
was so
children in
funny.
the audience. I did not want to give them nightmares. But that performance got me up on the big stage.
Yeah.
And there was only one judge there. It was some little girl. I guess she thought I was so ballsy that she pushed me on through. Look at this old bitch up there dancing around on one leg. But I got up on the big stage and I got to perform Blake Shelton's
Old Red.
Old Red
Yeah, I remember that.
for over 500 people. And then nobody voted me on to go any further, but I was okay with that because I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I have not been in another one of them motherfucking competitions since. Too much goddamn drama.
I mean, the thrill of the competition was cool. I mean, I did it for 3 years.
Yeah.
But man, I've thought about that shit too. I'm like, that's not even close to what a famous person goes through.
Right?
Exactly.
And the
Yeah.
amount of effort that it took to do the competition
Yeah.
for the 16 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a lot of work. It's
It is.
exhausting. And
Yeah.
that
is.
put me off of wanting to be famous. I don't want to be a
Yeah.
fucking rock star. I'm like, no.
Honey, we're
I got
already famous in our own minds.
Well, shit,
We're
I am
good.
famous in the whole world. But yeah, I did it for 3 fucking years.
I couldn't believe
I've done
you
it
did.
every year except one.
I stopped in 2016
See, I was
because I
smarter.
took 3rd place in 2016. I made it to the top 3 and said, that's a fucking win for me. I'm done with this bullshit.
That's it. That's
People-
it.
And people were just,
People wanna
they don't
hurt
want to do
each
it for
other.
the fun anymore. They want to do it to fucking win.
Win.
It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
And
Yeah.
see, and that's
And that's
what
the
that's
thing
not
that's
what
wrong.
it's about.
It's
That's
about
why when
community.
Karaoke is about
fun.
community and about singing and about the love of singing.
I loved doing it as a special guest. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last year, working so much, I had to take a break completely. It was the first
Yeah.
year in 6 years that I hadn't gone to the state fair.
Right. Yeah.
And now I'm a mentor
I
for the
know.
state
I know.
fair.
I, when we
There's a
met,
lot
though, you
of-
were going by Tetrix.
Yeah.
What exactly does that word mean? I've been wanting to ask you
Honestly,
this.
so it's
I knew it was a game, but what does it mean
so
to him?
when I got the nickname Tetrix, it's because of an old friend of mine. I was helping her move, and she had a 2-bedroom apartment, and she had like a 3-bedroom U-Haul and a Jeep on a flatbed trailer for the U-Haul, and they had a whole bunch of crap that still needed to go, but everything was full. And she was, what the fuck are you talking about? It's full. I'm like, you don't have enough stuff to fill up a 3-bedroom U-Haul. You have a 2-bedroom apartment. And they're like, well, I don't know. You think you can do it better? I was like, watch. So I pulled everything out. I pulled out every box, every chair, all of it. And I said, all right, this is how you stock up a U-Haul. And the next thing you know, there was like 2 or 3 boxes in the Jeep, the U-Haul, packed, closed, locked, and everything's ready to go.
Yeah.
And my friend looks at me and she goes, your name is Tetris. Because I don't know how the fuck you did that. And not many people we know could do something
Yeah.
like that. She's like, you must have been good at that game growing up. And I was good at the video game, but I prefer to do it in real life because
Yeah.
it keeps everything organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, we're not spelling it like the game because you're not the game because you just did it. So we're going to change it to an X.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I mean, all right.
There you
And
go.
then she started calling me that every time she talked to me. I was like, that actually is kind of a cool little stage name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And
It is.
it gives me kind of like a synonym.
Yeah.
A synonym, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
And
Synonym.
that's what it was when you
Pseudonym.
guys met me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
For the longest time, I didn't know what your real name was.
not many people do,
Yeah.
Well,
honestly.
For me
unless
too,
you've known
not
me
many
for-
people know what
in
my real name is.
karaoke, when somebody gets a pseudonym or a stage
A stage
name,
name, yeah.
when we get our stage names, we usually don't go by.
Right.
Give me a cigarette.
Yeah.
I don't.
We usually don't go by our regular names. And then everybody that we meet meets us as that name
Yep.
and not our real names.
I
And
guess-
so you just get the name, you just pick it up.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to touch on why, what happened, where did Tetrix
Yeah,
go?
that's what I was.
thing
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
where I was headed.
I really feel like Tetrix died when I retired Bodies.
Ah,
Yeah.
Tetrix was
Yes.
my super high energy, get the crowd going, screaming, fucking
Yeah.
having a
Yeah.
blast, playing with the crowd, running around.
Yep.
And I can't do that as well as I used to anymore.
Yeah.
And on top of that, that's all anybody ever wanted from me.
Yeah.
Right.
All they wanted every time I went out was, hey, will you sing Bodies? Hey, will you sing Bodies? Hey, and I became a song.
Like, I gotta tell you, the first time I heard you sing something other than that, I was like, what?
She's like,
Who's
what?
that?
And
Who's singing
that's
that?
how I, for the last... I've been
This boy
singing
has the
Bodies for
voice of an
16
angel.
years.
Yeah.
He has the voice of an
Yeah,
angel.
you've got a beautiful voice.
He
When I
should be
found
singing
out-
in the Vienna Boys Choir or
Uh-huh.
something.
When I found out I could do Bodies, I was 18. It was 6 months into karaoke.
Right.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, and they were like, holy shit, you could do that song.
that became your.
And then that
Moniker.
became who I am.
Yeah.
And anytime I tried to do something else, oh, that was good. It's not as good as you do Bodies. It's not as good as you do Bodies. And I got fed up. I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. So when I took 3rd place at the state fair was with that song. And then in 2017, when they brought me back as a special guest for being a finalist, I sang that song for the last time. I was like, I'm done. I'm not fucking doing it anymore because there's so much more that I can do
Yes.
Yes.
that none of you want to listen to.
Yeah.
And since you're not going to listen to me by your own accord, I'm going to make you listen to me and not do these songs, so stop fucking asking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, people still, they try to get me to do it, and I haven't done it since 2017. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a high energy
Well,
song.
it's
a
it's
lot.
very high energy,
And I mean, I'll still do it,
but not
but I want it to be because I enjoyed it.
Because
you
I want to
go.
do it because I
because
love
you
doing
want to
it
do
again.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Not
not because
because
everyone
everybody-
else wants me to do
yes.
it.
Right.
Learning to say no. You started singing for yourself again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just recently with the COVID or Corona or whatever the fuck it's called, I started
Conspiracy.
conspiracy, co-spiracy. I started doing songs. I've always done them my way,
Mhm.
but I started doing songs that I like to do and doing them my way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe nobody wants to listen to what my genre is anymore, but it doesn't matter
Doesn't
because
matter what they want to hear.
Right,
It's what
because
you
that's-
want to do.
it's
Right.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
But also, when I sing something that I love to sing, the feeling comes through,
A lot
in that,
more.
and people started listening to me more
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they can. So it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
And,
really nice when you start singing because you love it
Mm-hmm.
I
again,
mean,
because it does kind of
the
get
only
away from you.
the only hard part that happened with the whole getting rid of the name is I didn't get rid of it till about 6 months ago. I didn't have that realization that Tetrix was that guy.
Yeah.
He's the high energy performer. He doesn't want to just stand there and sing. He wants to entertain the hell out of a crowd with a good show.
Well, Misbehaving's that way, but she's learned to slow her roll along with it. I still want to entertain,
Yeah.
but I
I
want
do
to do
too.
it.
But
My
and,
way.
and going into my way is how I had to become Josh again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a hard decision, honestly. It was like, I'm not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And call it greedy, call it whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna say, I wanted the reputation that I had as Tetrix, but for me now.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
for something that people don't know my name.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They know my stage name, and that's the only way. It's cool, but after so long, it's like, you know what? That's me, guys. I am that person,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you're separating them into two different people.
Exactly.
And I can't.
Ish. misbehaving is Sandra. You know,
She
I-
is.
it's not a persona. I am a persona.
Mhm.
I just when I found
Misbehaving just became a nickname.
it's a nickname exactly.
It's not who you are. It's just what people know
It's
you
not a separate
as.
person, yeah.
Yeah, it's not
And see,
separate.
Exactly.
And if Sandra's out there, it's the same persona.
Mhm.
I am just obnoxious
It's just the
and
name that they're using.
yes,
Yeah,
And for
but
me,
it
they
suits.
separated it
yeah.
for me, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't. Dual lives kind of suck.
And that I had that dual lives my whole
And
growing up and everything. All of us know hallelujah. All of us.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Hallelujah.
A friend Dale, our friend Dale.
Yes.
Y'all, let's go out with all of us singing hallelujah,
Sounds
if,
good.
if y'all don't mind. Hallelujah, karaoke.
Paired.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played that pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? Goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you.
Tied you to her kitchen chair.
She broke your bone, she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew that hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.